Hello everyone, this is the Geeky Panda here on the Geeky Panda blog, giving you guys another video commentary. This time I'm going to help teach you congoers out there about anime conventions. No, this is not a guide for an anime convention, that comes later. This is a guide for convention hotels. What to expect, what to do in certain situations, and just helpful tips. Now, first and foremost, for any anime convention or convention experience, you probably want to get a hotel room. It's nice, it's easy, it's right there, you don't have to go far. It's awesome, unless you live like 5 minutes down the road, then just drive there for God's sakes. But overall, the convention hotel experience can be a great experience, but you need to do some things first to earn that badge of honor or ensure that things go smoothly. Now, first and foremost, starting point. You want to get a hotel. What do? You obviously reserve a room. That's what you do. Don't try to get a room at the day of the convention. Usually, they're all sold out or they're really, really expensive. Reserving a room early guarantees the best prices for the hotel rooms before the convention. The earlier, the cheaper. Now, again, what I recommend is if the convention is very popular, reserve 6 to 8 months in advance, maybe even a year in advance when the convention is over. Believe me, some conventions like Otakon, they start taking reservations literally the day after the convention is over because the next one's already been announced and people just want to get the room right then and there. Now, do note when reserving a hotel room, you need to be at least 21 years old for the most part and have an ID on you to ensure that you say who you are. Reason why most hotels do this nowadays that you have to be 21. So if you're kind of young, just have someone there to vouch for you or something, or just have if someone's 21 in the room, bam. Now, do note, you need to have a credit card or a bank debit card featuring a major credit card holder on file for the hotel room, just for just in case of any cancellations. Do note your card will not be charged. It's just there on file in case if you cancel your room either the day of or the day of the convention, you will get charged a fee for the cancellation. But I don't expect you guys to do that unless something happens. Now, when reserving a hotel room, you gotta look for the right room for the right job. You don't want to say, "Oh, I'm going by myself, having no one in the room. I just want my own thing, and I get a double bedroom." It just doesn't work. You get a room appropriate for the situation. If you plan on bringing some of your friends, at least try to get at least a double bed room. If you plan on having a bit more, I recommend a suite because it has the most maximum spacing, but again, the price is high for that. Now, as far as hotels, the convention hotel is always a good choice to start, and then the surrounding hotels. But I always recommend if you are opting for anything but the convention hotel to look into hotel reviews from third-party websites as well as the convention goers there to give their input because they've been there, they've done that, they see what the hotel has to offer. They're usually the best source for getting an opinion or review on the hotel that you're looking into. Also, look to third-party websites like hotels.com for the best deals that you can find. Now, that's all with that. You got your hotel room, you're all set. Now you got to look for roommates. This is a key area, which perhaps might be the most important area, because depending on who you bring depends on your experience. Now, first and foremost, you're going to be saying, "Oh, I want to bring my friends and family." They will ensure, because friends and family. Yeah, but you got to make sure that they follow rules, especially not being too rowdy. Don't break stuff. They're always a good choice because you know them, and you gotta make sure you tell them, hey, we have to not mess this up. We have to follow certain rules and guidelines. Now, if you don't have any friends or family that are going with you to conventions, it's always been an issue for going to conventions that are state away or more. The best place to look for people is the convention forums or their Facebook group or event page equivalent. Now, some convention forums does have a ride and room share section, which basically means, hey, I have a ride, hey, I need a ride going there, or hey, I need some roommates, or vice versa. You can post up on there saying, here are the most important parts when posting up hotel room information. First off, post what hotel you're staying in, how many days you're staying in, how how much is it going to be spread out, how much is going to be the pay, and just some basic rules on what to expect. First and foremost, the pricing of it. Proper pricing is usually splitting it up evenly between everyone. What I usually do sometimes is I kind of put in a little extra so people won't have to pay that much, so I attract more people, which gives me much more options. Always, and I do mean always, if you're getting people into your room and you don't know, always pre-screen them to ensure they are fit for the room. What I always like to do is I always like to talk to them via Facebook because, oh, very important. Always leave contact information on that post. But I talk to them on Facebook just to get an idea of them, and then I talk to them on the phone, and then I go over certain rules of what I have, like you don't be too loud during these times, respect people's things, etc., and make sure, very important, that they pay. It is, if they don't pay or they're like, oh, can it be a little bit cheaper, or oh, can it be, like, can you get in my friend? Please, for the love of God, sometimes your kindness will be abused, so just make sure they pay up the money that you both agreed on. Now, as far as the hotel room is concerned, this is where it gets interesting. You got your room. You got your room reserved. You got the people ready. Now you're at the convention checking in. Now, first and foremost, I highly recommend checking in on Thursdays for big conventions because Thursdays is the best day to get everything set up. You're already checked in, all your stuff's inside, and it gives you a day to relax before the convention. That's what I always recommend. But now, hotel room wise, now, first and foremost, you have to prepare for the room. You got to make sure the room is organized, the room is ready to go. What I usually do is I rearrange the room, I modify the room's layout a little bit. I don't start moving like items like rearranging a bed somewhere else. I just push a chair to beside on the wall area. I check the surroundings and all that place. Having also, very importantly, because of room spacing, I highly recommend telling people, as far as luggage goes, please bring at least one bag per person to maximum, as if the mid-range bags, or if one bag and a small bag, one big luggage bag and a small bag, combo. Again, your space is limited, so please ensure that you tell them that. Now, how I usually organize the luggage is one key area to help, conserve space is putting the luggage in the closet. It's the best place to do it. You can also hang certain cosplays in there as well if you don't want to get all crumpled up without an ironing board. Another good place is having them right beside the windowsill area or any corner that'll do, but ensure that the doorway is not blocked or the bathroom doors. Now, organization of sleeping spots. Now, for those who already attended anime conventions, you know that the sleeping locations usually confined with the bed or floor and sometimes couch if available. Now, if the couch is a pull-out, you can at least fit two people on there. Beds, depending on how big they are, you can fit 2 to 3 people for maximum, depending on how small they are. And floor, well, you just find a place and just sleep. Now, as far as the sleeping situation goes, I always like to organize. Okay, the one who pays for the room and got it reserved has first dibs on the beds the first night, and then with the other people, draw straws or stuff like that, or if they have a medical condition that requires the bed, I let them sleep the first night. So as far as that goes, just always switch it up each night so everyone can get some comfortable rest on the bed. As such, for those sleeping on the floor, or for your roommates, I always like to tell them, hey, bring a blanket or a pillow or even a sleeping bag and pillow, just in case if you're on the floor. This helps conserve pillows and blankets, so you don't need to like call up the hotel and give them any ideas. Now, as far as that goes, sleeping in, sharing beds is optional and sometimes recommended. What I do usually do is, guys and guys, girls and girls, you have your own sleeping space, you have your own spot, or couples, they sleep in bed, of course. It just helps organize space. Now, very importantly, respecting your hotel roommates and their belongings as well. This is extremely important. You don't want to mess around with anyone's stuff. You don't want to move anyone's stuff. Always ask permission when moving their stuff, which is always a good thing. Again, you don't want to do something stupid as stealing when things, or breaking it on purpose. Please respect their personal space, their privacy, well, the personal space and privacy as well as their things. Now, when it comes to cleaning up the place, I always highly recommend bringing garbage bags because you probably will make a good amount of garbage, and garbage bags is just so much easier because you just throw it all in there. Of course, double bag is highly recommended, and if you have empty cans or bottles, I highly recommend emptying them out first before throwing them in the bag to ensure that the bags won't leak. When the If the room does get a little messy here and there, what I always usually do is I always like to try to change the sheets for the beds. So when the hotel maids come in, I give them a call to ask them to change the sheets real quick, and then please always tip the hotel maids. You are in a sense representing the convention. If you always tip them, you give, they're going to be like, oh, this convention that always happens, the people that are staying in the rooms, they're nice and they always tip. It's always a good way to, to spread some good PR. Now, bathroom. This is one of the interesting things that are for a hotel room. The bathroom situation is as this, how I set it up. First off, everyone in the room, to help conserve hotel room towels, everyone in the room has must bring their own personal towel. This will ensure we have a steady supply of towels that will be used up in the first 2 nights, and it's your own stuff. Now, first and foremost, as far as arrangements go, when people want to get ready, I always, well, first and foremost, I always tell everyone in the roommate personal hygiene, showers daily, brush your teeth, deodorant, maybe even cologne. If not, I will be very mad at you because I keep a strict no confunk in the room at all. As far as showers go, I always recommend the guys going first because we're generally usually the fastest to get done. I will, and you probably want to instate a 5 to 10 minute rule with the guys. I know girls need to be a little bit more time, especially with taking care of their hair, so that's why I like to have them go, you know, be after the men because the men, we go in, we take a shower, we get ready, that's it, we're done. Next person in, down. Next person in, done. Also, don't try leaving a mess. Don't try leaving a mess in the bathroom that much, especially getting the floor wet or anything like that. It's just you just don't want to. As far as just keep the bathroom a clean area, and also as well as bringing personal towel, bring soap and shampoo, because the hotel stuff, the free things that they give out to you, is not going to last the whole weekend. Bringing your own, like a bottle of your personal, one bar of soap and a bottle of your shampoo is always good. Or just buying like a big one for everyone to use and just say, hey, here, you know. Again, I want again have any and all roommates shower for just personal hygiene reasons. Again, I'm not going to stress this enough. Con funk is not a funny issue. Well, it's kind of funny, but it's not funny. It's not funny when you're dealing with it right then and there, because this is why it's always very important to change the sheets, contact hotel maids, take a shower, and all so on and so forth. So you're there, you got the hotel room organized, you set up who's sleeping who in the bed, well, bathroom rules. Food is actually another key component to any convention experience. Of course, the con foods can be a bit expensive, but sometimes you just want to nibble on a snack or drink a bottle of water. Now, as far as food goes, I always highly recommend stockpiling snacks and water for your convention experience. Reason being is it's always good to hydrate in in any situation at the convention. Drink a lot of water. Don't primarily drink all soda or energy drinks because your body will hate you. Ensure you drink a good amount of water as well as eating, 2 to 3 meals a day with snacks included because it just helps out so much. And again, try not to make a mess when food comes into play. Sometimes the hotel room might come stocked with a fridge, so it's okay to put in, food that needs to stay cool, or just get some drinks in there. As far as having snacks, is just have the basic snacks of like chips and some treats here and there. But look at your food options. The con food court is always going to be expensive, but there's always other options as well. Hotels will try to keep some menus of restaurants or pizza places available for the patrons to go in and look at. I always probably recommend having everyone, if they want food, we all pitch in to split the bill for the pizza, or if we can, or if bonuses, bonus wise, you pay for your own Chinese food and we get it delivered. Now, again, please clean up after yourself. I always, have at least some paper towels or napkins in the hotel room just in case. Make sure, again, before you throw away that bottle of soda or that can of soda or some other drink, ensure you empty it out first before throwing it in the garbage can because you don't want to have stuff leaking. And if things get too dirty, they will charge you for cleaning up the room more, because cleaning up the room is, takes more determination, more often than others. So other than food, that's basically it. Just make sure you don't have, just try to keep things clean because things can get really dirty. Now, we covered everything from reservations to finding roommates, hotel rooms to bathrooms and food. Overall, oh, another thing, hotel room key cards. Always try to have at least one to two keys in the hotel room. If you're splitting up with people, have some priorities take first. With the hotel roommates, I always have everyone has each other's phone number for texting. So in case if we need to find some, in case if because there might be a person or two that doesn't have a hotel key, they can text another person, say, "Hey, can we meet up? Can I use your hotel key because I want to go in the room?" And it's like, "Yeah, sure, why not?" Hotel keys are very important. Hotel rooms they'll give like the appropriate amount. Like if two people are staying in the room, but it's in reality four, they'll give that two cards. What I try to do is basically saying, "Hey, I like to have I lost one. I like to have a spare one just in case for the hotel room." But overall, those are the tips that I can offer. So this is the Geeky Panda here on the Geeky Panda blog with a guide to convention hotels. I hope these things work out for you folks, and I'm signing out. And remember, stay geeky, my friends.